If you have diabetes, I want you to stop for a moment and think about the milk sitting in your refrigerator right now. The milk you pour into your coffee, the milk you add to your cereal, the milk you blend into your smoothie, the milk you buy every week without thinking twice. Because that one daily habit may be quietly affecting your blood sugar more than you realize. Most people with diabetes already know to avoid obvious sugar. Cake, candy, soda, cookies, sweet desserts. But many people never suspect the milk. Because milk looks innocent, it looks healthy. It may say natural, it may say plant-based, it may say heart-healthy. It may come in clean packaging with pictures of oats, almonds, rice, coconuts, or farms. But your pancreas does not read the front of the carton. Your pancreas only responds to what enters your bloodstream. And some milk choices can raise blood sugar faster than many people expect. Today, I am going to show you the worst milk choices for people with diabetes, the better choices, and the one milk swap that may help many people support steadier blood sugar. But before I reveal the best option, let me tell you a story from Atlanta, Georgia. A man I will call Richard Coleman was 62 years old. Richard had type 2 diabetes for almost 8 years. He was not careless. He took his medication. He checked his blood sugar most mornings. He had stopped drinking soda. He tried to avoid sweets. He even started walking after dinner because his daughter kept reminding him that movement could help his glucose. But every morning, Richard felt defeated. His fasting blood sugar was still higher than he wanted. One morning, it was 148. Another morning, it was 161. Some days, it was even higher. And every time he saw those numbers, he asked the same question. Why is my blood sugar still high when I'm trying so hard? That sentence is painful because many people with diabetes know exactly how it feels. You give up dessert, you reduce rice, you stop soda, you try to walk, you take the medicine, and still, the numbers do not make sense. So Richard and I went through his daily routine. Dinner was not perfect, but it had improved. He was not drinking soda. He was not eating cake every night. Then I asked him a simple question. What milk do you use in the morning? He smiled and said, oat milk. I switched because I thought it was healthier. That was the clue. Every morning, Richard poured oat milk into his coffee. Then he used more oat milk with cereal. Sometimes he made a smoothie with oat milk and fruit. He thought he had made a smart, plant-based, healthy choice. But his glucose meter was telling a different story. So I asked him to do a simple 14-day experiment. No miracle, no extreme diet, no expensive supplement, just one swap. For 14 days, he replaced oat milk with unsweetened soy milk. On some days, he used unsweetened almond milk. He kept breakfast mostly the same. He checked his fasting blood sugar. He watched how he felt after breakfast. He noticed whether he crashed before lunch. And after 2 weeks, he came back surprised. His morning numbers were not perfect, but they were more predictable. His mid-morning crash was less intense. He was not as hungry by 10:30, and for the first time in months, he felt like he had found one hidden mistake he could actually control. Now listen carefully. The milk did not cure his diabetes. It did not reverse type 2 diabetes by itself. It did not replace medication. It did not erase years of insulin resistance. But it removed one repeated daily problem. And sometimes, diabetes management improves when you stop repeating the same mistake every morning. I am Dr. Adrian, and today I want to help you understand which milk choices may be working against your blood sugar and which ones may support better control. But first, a clear medical truth. No milk can cure diabetes. No milk can reverse type 2 diabetes by itself. No milk replaces medication, exercise, weight management, sleep, stress control, or your doctor's care. Some people with type 2 diabetes can achieve remission, but remission is usually connected with bigger changes, especially weight loss and long-term lifestyle management. So when I say best milk for diabetes, I do not mean magic milk. I mean a milk choice that is lower in added sugar, lower in fast carbohydrates, and better balanced for blood sugar stability. That is the real goal, not a cure, better control. Now let us begin with the milk choices that may be causing problems. Problem milk number 1. Sweetened plant-based milk. This is one of the biggest traps in the grocery store. Sweetened almond milk, sweetened oat milk, sweetened soy milk, sweetened coconut milk, vanilla-flavored milk, chocolate plant milk, plant-based creamers. They look healthy. They sound healthy. They may say natural. They may say dairy-free. They may say plant-based, but if they contain added sugar, they are not automatically diabetes-friendly. The front label is marketing. The nutrition label is the truth, and this is where many people get fooled. They see almond milk and think it must be good. But sweetened almond milk is not the same as unsweetened almond milk. They see soy milk and think it must be healthy. But sweetened soy milk is not the same as unsweetened soy milk. They see oat milk and think it must be gentle. But sweetened oat milk may create a glucose spike. So here's your first rule. Turn the carton around. Look at total carbohydrates. Look at added sugars. Look for the word unsweetened. If the milk has added sugar, it may not be the right daily choice for diabetes. And please remember this. Organic sugar is still sugar. Cane sugar is still sugar. Brown rice syrup is still sugar. Agave is still sugar. Natural sweetener can still raise blood sugar. Your glucose meter does not care how healthy the word sounds. Problem milk number 2. Oat milk. This is the one that surprises people the most. Oat milk has become very popular. It is creamy, it tastes good in coffee, it feels modern, clean, and healthy. And for some people without blood sugar problems, oat milk may seem like a reasonable choice. But for many people with diabetes, oat milk can be a problem. Why? Because oats are a carbohydrate-rich grain. Whole oats can be okay for some people because they contain fiber and digest more slowly, but oat milk is different. When oats are processed into a drink, the starches can become easier to absorb. Many oat milks contain more carbohydrates than unsweetened soy milk, almond milk, or coconut milk. Some are also sweetened or naturally sweeter because of the way they are processed. So even when the carton looks healthy, your blood sugar may respond differently. This is why I want you to test, not guess. If you use oat milk every morning and your blood sugar is high, do a 14-day swap. Replace oat milk with unsweetened soy milk or unsweetened almond milk. Keep everything else as similar as possible, then compare your readings. Your meter will tell you more than the marketing label ever will. Problem milk number 3. Rice milk. Rice milk is often chosen by people with allergies or sensitivities. Maybe they cannot tolerate dairy. Maybe they avoid nuts. Maybe they avoid soy. So rice milk feels like the safe remaining option. But for blood sugar, rice milk is usually not ideal. Rice is a high carbohydrate grain. Rice milk is often low in protein and higher in fast-absorbing carbohydrates. That means it may raise blood sugar more quickly than better alternatives. For someone with diabetes, this can be a problem, especially if rice milk is used in cereal, smoothies, or multiple drinks throughout the day. If you use rice milk because you have allergies, talk with a diabetes dietitian about alternatives. Do not assume rice milk is safe for blood sugar just because it is dairy-free. Dairy-free does not mean glucose-friendly. Problem milk number 4. Whole cow's milk in large amounts. Cow's milk is not poison. It contains protein, calcium, and other nutrients. But it also contains lactose. Lactose is milk sugar, and milk sugar still counts as carbohydrate. The problem is not always a small splash in coffee. The problem is when people drink large portions, pour it over cereal, add it to smoothies, drink it at night, and never count the carbohydrates. They think of milk as calcium, they think of milk as protein, but they forget the sugar. And in diabetes, forgotten carbohydrates still raise glucose. If you use cow's milk and your blood sugar is well controlled, you may not need to panic. But if your morning readings are high and you drink milk often, measure how much you actually use. Read the label, count the carbohydrates, then compare it with lower-carb unsweetened options. Problem milk number 5. Flavored milk and sweet creamers. Chocolate milk, vanilla milk, strawberry milk, sweet coffee creamers, flavored plant-based creamers. These should not be treated like everyday diabetes drinks. They are often sugar drinks with a milk base. Some people say, but it has protein. Maybe. But if the sugar is high, it can still work against your blood sugar. For diabetes, flavored milk should be treated like dessert, not breakfast, not a daily coffee habit, not something you drink casually every morning. Now that we have talked about the worst choices, let us move to the better choices. Better milk number 3. Unsweetened almond milk. Unsweetened almond milk is one of the easiest swaps for many people. It is widely available. It is usually low in carbohydrates. It has a mild taste. It works in coffee. It works in smoothies. It works in some recipes. And when it is truly unsweetened, it usually has a much smaller blood sugar impact than higher carbohydrate milk options. But there is one limitation. Unsweetened almond milk is usually low in protein. So if you use almond milk at breakfast, make sure your meal still contains protein from somewhere else. Because protein matters. Protein supports fullness. Protein supports muscle. Protein helps slow digestion when paired with carbohydrates. So if your breakfast is sugary cereal with almond milk, that is still not a good diabetes breakfast. But if your breakfast is eggs with vegetables and coffee with unsweetened almond milk, that is very different. The Dr. Adrian rule is simple. Unsweetened almond milk can be a good blood sugar-friendly option, but do not forget protein. Better milk number 2. Unsweetened coconut milk beverage. Now I need to be specific. I am not talking about thick canned coconut milk used for curry. That version is much higher in calories and fat. I am talking about the drinkable coconut milk beverage sold near other milk alternatives. When it is unsweetened, it is usually low in carbohydrates and may have a gentle impact on blood sugar. Some people like it because it feels creamier than almond milk. It can work in coffee and smoothies. But again, check the label. Some coconut milk drinks are sweetened, some are flavored, some have additives, and many are low in protein. So if you use unsweetened coconut milk, make sure your overall meal still has protein. Also, if you have high cholesterol, heart disease, or need to limit saturated fat, ask your clinician whether coconut products fit your plan. A good diabetes choice must still fit your whole body, not just your blood sugar. Now let us talk about the option I often like best for many people with type 2 diabetes. The best overall milk choice for many diabetics is unsweetened soy milk. Not sweetened, not vanilla, not chocolate, unsweetened soy milk. Why? Because unsweetened soy milk often gives the best balance. It is usually lower in carbohydrates than cow's milk, oat milk, and rice milk. It contains meaningful protein. It can help with fullness. It works in coffee. It works in smoothies. It can support a more stable breakfast. And because it has protein, it can be more satisfying than almond milk or coconut milk for many people. This matters because diabetes is not only about avoiding sugar. It is also about avoiding the spike crash hunger cycle. When blood sugar spikes quickly, it may fall later. When it falls, hunger and cravings can increase. Then people snack. Then glucose rises again. Then energy crashes again. That cycle can repeat all day. A milk option that is lower in fast carbohydrates and higher in protein may help reduce that cycle for some people. That is why Richard from Atlanta improved when he stopped oat milk and switched to unsweetened soy milk. It was not magic, it was better metabolic design, fewer fast carbs, more protein, better satiety. Now soy is not right for everyone. If you have a soy allergy, do not drink soy milk. If you have thyroid disease or take thyroid medication, ask your doctor about soy intake and timing. If you dislike soy, you do not have to force it. If soy does not fit your body, use unsweetened almond milk and get protein elsewhere. But for many adults with type 2 diabetes, unsweetened soy milk is one of the strongest everyday milk choices. Now let me give you the grocery store rule. When choosing milk for diabetes, look for 4 things. Number 1, the word unsweetened. This is the first filter. Number 2, added sugars should be 0. Do not rely on taste. Read the label. Number 3, total carbohydrates should be low. Compare brands. Choose the option that gives your blood sugar less work. Number 4, protein matters. If the milk has protein, that is helpful. If it does not, your meal needs protein somewhere else. Now let us make this practical. If you drink coffee, use unsweetened soy milk or unsweetened almond milk. Avoid sweet creamers. Avoid flavored syrups. Avoid sweetened milk. If you eat cereal, be careful. Most cereal is already carbohydrate heavy. Adding high-carb milk makes it worse. Choose a lower sugar, higher fiber cereal. If you eat cereal at all, use unsweetened milk. Add protein. If you make smoothies, do not use fruit juice. Do not use sweetened milk. Do not use oat milk if it spikes you. Use unsweetened soy milk or almond milk. Add protein. Add fiber. Use controlled fruit portions. A smoothie with oat milk, banana, honey, sweet yogurt, and fruit juice is not a diabetes smoothie. It is dessert in a cup. If you drink milk before bed, avoid chocolate milk. Avoid sweetened milk. Avoid large portions. Choose unsweetened options and monitor your glucose response. Now here is your 14-day milk swap challenge. Day 1. Go to your kitchen. Pick up your current milk. Read the label. Look at total carbohydrates. Look at added sugars. Look at serving size. Day 2. Buy unsweetened soy milk or unsweetened almond milk. Day 3. Use it in your coffee or breakfast. Day 4. Check your fasting blood sugar and write it down. Day 5. Notice your energy after breakfast. Day 6. Avoid sweet creamers. Day 7. Compare your morning hunger. Day 8 through 14. Keep the milk swap the same. Do not change everything else at once. At the end of 14 days, review. Are your morning numbers more predictable? Do you feel less sleepy after breakfast? Are cravings lower? Do you feel more stable? Your body gives feedback. Your meter gives feedback. Do not guess. Test. Now let us return to Richard. After 2 weeks, Richard did not say, "My diabetes is cured." He said something much more realistic. "I finally understand what my breakfast was doing to me." That is powerful, because understanding creates control. He kept using unsweetened soy milk. He added protein to breakfast. He stopped sweetened drinks. He walked after meals. He kept checking blood sugar. He worked with his doctor. And slowly, diabetes felt less mysterious. Not easy, but less mysterious. That is what I want for you. I do not want you to feel like diabetes is happening to you and you have no control. You have choices. Small choices. Daily choices. And milk may be one of the easiest choices to fix. Now let us talk about the biggest mistakes people make with milk and diabetes. Mistake number 1. Trusting the front label. Plant-based does not automatically mean diabetes-friendly. Natural does not automatically mean low sugar. Organic does not automatically mean low carbohydrate. Heart-healthy does not automatically mean glucose-friendly. Read the back label. Mistake number 2. Ignoring serving size. Maybe the label looks okay for half a cup, but you use 2 cups. That changes everything. Mistake number 3. Counting food carbs, but not drink carbs. Liquid carbohydrates still count. Milk still counts. Creamer still counts. Juice still counts. Mistake number 4. Choosing oat milk because it sounds healthy. For some people, oat milk can raise glucose more than expected. Test your response. Mistake number 5. Forgetting protein. A low-carb milk with a low-protein breakfast may still leave you hungry. Build a complete breakfast. Now let us build a Dr. Adrian diabetes-friendly breakfast formula. Start with protein. Add fiber. Choose unsweetened milk. Avoid liquid sugar. Limit refined carbohydrates. Check your glucose response. For example, coffee with unsweetened soy milk, eggs with vegetables, or plain Greek yogurt with berries if it fits your plan. Or controlled oatmeal with protein added, or a smoothie with unsweetened soy milk, protein, chia seeds, and a small portion of berries. Not cereal with sweetened oat milk. Not coffee with sweet creamer. Not a smoothie with juice and honey. Not chocolate milk and toast. The goal is not perfection. The goal is a breakfast that does not attack your glucose before the day even begins. Now let me answer the big question. Can milk reverse type 2 diabetes? No, milk reverses diabetes by itself, but choosing better milk can support better blood sugar control. And better blood sugar control matters because it helps protect your eyes, kidneys, nerves, heart, brain, and energy. High blood sugar over time can damage blood vessels and nerves. It can affect vision. It can affect kidneys. It can affect the feet. It can raise cardiovascular risk. So when we talk about milk, we are not really talking about milk. We are talking about daily glucose pressure. We are talking about a habit you repeat hundreds of times per year. We are talking about protecting your future through one small decision that becomes automatic. Now let us recap. Worst choices for many people with diabetes. Sweetened plant-based milks. Oat milk if it spikes your glucose. Rice milk. Large amounts of cow's milk without counting carbs. Flavored milk and sweet creamers. Better choices. Unsweetened almond milk. Unsweetened coconut milk beverage. And for many people, the best overall balance. Unsweetened soy milk. Because it is typically lower in carbohydrates than many common milks and contains meaningful protein. Now your action step is simple. Do not believe me blindly. Test it. Read your label. Make the swap. Track your morning blood sugar for 14 days. Notice your energy. Notice cravings. Notice the difference. Your meter is your teacher. Your body is your evidence. If this video helped you, share it with someone who has diabetes and still uses sweetened milk, oat milk, flavored milk, or sugary creamer every morning. They may not need more willpower. They may need one smarter swap. This video is for educational and informational purposes only. It is not personal medical advice and does not replace your doctor, endocrinologist, diabetes educator, dietitian, pharmacist, or healthcare team. If you have diabetes, kidney disease, food allergies, thyroid disease, lactose intolerance, digestive problems, pregnancy, or take insulin or diabetes medication, speak with a qualified healthcare professional before making major diet changes. I am Dr. Adrian. Take care of your blood sugar. Take care of your morning. And remember this, your pancreas does not read the front of the carton. It responds to what is inside. So choose the milk your blood sugar can live with.